Something that comes up every year in your Leaving Cert is the equation of a line. So we need to find the equation of a line, and then the line goes through the points 0 and 6 and 2 and 9. So how do we find the equation of the line? We go to our maths tables to look for the appropriate formula. So we open coordinate geometry. There it is, page 18. And here we have formula that talks about equation of PQ, and PQ is the line. So we have two choices. Now, by default, you can always go for the first choice because majority of the time, we don't have information for the second line. But usually the information we have is for the first formula. So let's consider that formula. So what do we know about equation of a line? Well, we know that every equation of a line have letter y and letter x. So those two letters will remain letters. However, the rest of the letters have to be replaced with numbers. So y1 and x1, that is a coordinate of a point on a line. And then m, that is the slope. So then we ask ourselves a question, well, do we have a point on the line? Do we have a slope? So yes, we have actually 2 points, so we can pick one of them. Doesn't matter which one. It will be the same. So let's pick 0 and 6, make it easier with 0. And then we don't have a slope. So how do we find slope? The same, we go to the table and we pick our formula. So the very first formula is the slope. So we write down our formula, and then again we have to ask ourselves a question, well, what information do I need in order to use this formula? So here goes coordinate of second point, and here goes coordinates of first point. Now, does it matter, because it keeps disappearing, does it matter which point is first, which point is second? No, actually it doesn't matter. Whichever you're going to pick, it will work. Now, when I'm doing coordinate geometry, it's always good to do a list. So first I need the slope. So let's be consistent. Since we choose this one as the first point, that will be my second point. Now I can replace the letters with numbers. So my y2 is 9 minus y1 is 6. And then at the bottom I have x2, which is 2, minus, and then y1 and y1 is 0. And then I just put that in the calculator, press equal, and I get is 3/2. So now I do have my slope. So my slope here is 3/2. So now we can go ahead to do the equation. So like we said, y and x remain letters. So that means y minus the y coordinate of a point that we picked, that is 6, equal the slope that we found, 3/2, multiply bracket x remain x minus x1, and the x coordinate of the point we picked is 0. So now what do we do with that? Well, this question does not give us a term and condition how to give our answer. So when it comes to straight line, either our equation of a straight line has this form, what that means, y on its own, and then the rest of the numbers on the other side, or the other form is that all numbers are on one side of the equation and nothing, means 0 on the other side. So it's up to you how you want to go about that. Now, one thing, no bracket. So here we can say we're going to do multiplication of the bracket first. Y minus 6. 3/2 multiplied by x is just 3/2 multiplied by x. 3/2 multiplied by 0 will be 0, so it doesn't matter. So in this case, it is easier to just take 6 to the other side of the equation, change the sign to the opposite. When we move a number from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation, it changes the sign. So it will become +6. And we have equation in this form, and that is absolutely perfect.